Welcome back, folks. Stogie the Bear here, and I want to help you guys out, or provide a little bit of an example here on how to connect Forza Horizon 5 with your Moza Racing R5. So let's get into this. There is some instructions within the Pit House software, which is what we're looking at here, and I play Forza through the Steam launcher, so this is for you. There's also a section there if you're playing it through the Microsoft Games hub there, so it's almost essentially the same. So let's go here, and we've got our Moza Pit House brought up here. I have Steam up in the background, and the very first thing we want to do is go down to your little person here, and you want to make sure you check for updates right here. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't know, which I haven't seen too many people know this, but this right here is how I have it in dark mode, and it's fantastic. I love everything that goes dark mode, but it's really hard to see if you don't know it's there. I just happened to come across it and just read the word dark mode and thought, oh, there must be a button there. Well, there is, and look at that. Isn't that fantastic? So that's a side tip right there. That's a freebie. So no, you want to check for updates very first thing, okay? Go back to your home, and you can see there's a game list over here, and you'll come up to, let's find Forza Horizon 5. Now this game is already loaded and configured on mine, but I'm going to show you how to do this. So you want to click this config button here, and it's going to go to telemetry documentation. So you want to go ahead and click on that, and that's going to bring up your web browser here, and you can look right here, and you'll see this is for Forza Horizon 4 and Forza Horizon 5, right? Now they're not clickable links, but that's okay because this is really short. So you just kind of go down to Forza Horizon 5 here. Step 1, after entering the game, click Settings, which is down here on your bottom right if you didn't know. And then you will enter in this data here. This is your data out. Under the Hub and Gameplay section, it's all the way at the bottom. Your data out, you want to say on, yes. And then you have your output IP address. You also have the output IP port. That's what you're entering in right here. And it gives you these numbers right here to enter in. Now that's one piece of the puzzle. And another tip here, if you did not know, you need to, if you've never played Forza before, or you have a fresh download, you need to play through the intro section. And I don't want to spoil anything for you, but you need to play through the intro kind of movie before you're able to go in and set this up. So play through that. If you don't use a controller, use your WASD, play through that. It's very simple. Does take a little bit of time, but it's kind of like a story mode. Go through that first, and then you can come here and set up your wheel. So you want to go through here and set these settings within the game. The next step is what's a little more challenging and harder to find, but we'll go back to our Moza Pit House, and then we want to click this force feedback documentation. So when we click that, we get this huge long list of things here, right? So what we want to look at is import and select configuration file. All right. Now the first way, this is where we're starting, number 3, adding configuration file. Now this one you can click, and this is the way I would recommend you do it, and there are a couple pitfalls here, so I want to kind of give you the heads up on it. So read through this carefully, understand what you're doing, because all settings may be different depending on how long you've been using your Pit House or if it's brand new. Mine was brand new, so it was pretty default. But you want to go in here, and the very first thing that you might miss is number 1. Take the Forza Horizon 5 game on the Steam platform and the Microsoft Store. The Forza Horizon 4 is going to the thing. Connect directly. Oh, I'm reading you the wrong piece. Right here. Turn off. I want to highlight that. Do you see this? Here's my mouse, and for some reason it goes to text. But turn off the Moza Pit House base for Horizon compatibility option. There are some YouTube videos out there. If you just search for how to connect Forza 5 with my Moza, they will tell you to turn this on. Turn this off, and let me show you how you do that. So you'll come over here, you go down to the little person here, you go to experimental function, and right here, this is your base Forza Horizon compatibility. Turn this off. This is the key that will trip you, because if you go to someone else's video, they will say turn this on. Do not turn this on. Turn it off. Okay, next step is very simple. It looks scary, but it's really not. So the first thing you want to do is download the compressed file, and then it says it right somewhere in here that it is at the bottom. So to get the compressed file, you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Just skip all that business there, and here it is. Here's your file. Download this file. As you can see, it's right here. I had to get in. There's another tip. Make sure you have WinRAR or some way to open a RAR file or compression. So this is the Forza Horizon 5 for Moza. All right. And I did have to download the WinRAR to get it. That's a free download. Just go grab it. So once you have that, then you go back up to your steps. Here we go. All right. So you get back up here to the steps and download the compressed file. That's what we just did at the bottom of this page. Blah, blah. When you open that up, there are two files. And that would be these two files are here. Controller FFB, which is force feedback, and then default RAR game controller mapping. So that is telling the game and the wheel what keys are going to do what. Okay? Now here's another tricky part. This particular page here, when you open this folder, and this reads a little strange, but see these R5, 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 R9, R9. These are the Moza systems that you have, or drives that you have. I have a Moza R5. Now notice here there are three R5s, a CS, ES, and another ES. Now the CS I think is a racing wheel, like the F1 racing wheel. The ES is the wheel that most people will get with this, but here's the trick. You put it in the R5 ES SRP light. The SRP light means the pedals. So you have the light pedals, and the only reason I figured this out is because it says light, and then the pedals also say something about, I believe, SRP light as well. And I could not get it to work. I was putting it in up here, put it here, and magically things will happen. So let's go down through here, open your Steam, find the games, find the game file. If you don't know how to do that, you right click, just like it's showing you here. Right click on your game. I can show you here as well. You right click here, go to manage, and browse local files. You click that and you'll see your local files, and then it's going to tell you to go to the media file, which is there. And then once you're in the media file, it will look like this. There's Horizon 5, there's the content, and then it says find and open the media folder. I should have said folder, not file. So then within this folder, you're going to locate the compressed file name, input mapping profiles. And I do want to show you that because it was hard for me to find, because it looks different than what the images show. So go in here, we go into the media folder, and it is in alphabetical order, but for some reason I was missing it. But there it is right there, input media mapping, or input mapping profiles. Okay, so you'll have this up, and you'll also have your WinRAR up where you have the compressed files, which is the two little files up here that you should be looking at. These guys right here. Okay, you're gonna have those boxes side by side. Then it will say you locate that file within the media folder. Then step 5 is you're going to take this default RAR game controlling mapping profile, which is from what you just extracted, and you're just going to drop it right on top of this input mapping. Okay, just drag and drop it right on top of here. It's very simple. That's all you have to do with that. Then the next step is to grab the wheel turn base settings. You'll see that within the media folder. You come down here. You see this here? Right here. Wheel turn base settings. So you're going to have that open in one. And then you're going to have your WinRAR folder open. And right here, you've got controller FFB. And that's what it's going to tell you to do. It's going to say find that. Go there and find this folder from that you just extracted and just drag it directly on top of the wheel turnable settings. And that's it. That's all the explanation you get for that. And it's done. Now, here comes the tricky part. So when you go into your game, it may not work right off the bat. And what you need to do is once you get in, I want you to reach behind your Moza. There's the little power button. You press and hold it for a couple of seconds, and when you release it, it will turn off. I recommend waiting, 5 or 6 seconds, leave it off, and then turn it back on, and then wait 5 or 6 seconds again, and it should come up and initialize, and you should have everything flowing well and good. So there you go, guys. If this helped you, please like, please subscribe, comment if you have any questions on it. I'll be happy to work through it with you guys. And other than that, have a great day and enjoy this wheel. Man, let me tell you, enjoy it. Have a good day, y'all. Bye bye.